And we're down to a minute and a half here, so we're running. I mean, it's not going to be many more laps.
Denny Hamlin goes to the top of the chart with Austin Dillon.
Got one sideways.
And around turn one in the wall. And that is Reed Sorensen.
I think it was that quarter panel and the damage he had to the rear of that car that probably caused that accident.
They're not going to make it. Oh, crash!
And the red and black flag was out. None of them made it back. And on top of that, the big one right here in the tri-oval.
Holy cow.
Remember, Landon Castle took off first. He's in it. Hard contact. There's Daniel Suarez. Right there was slow. And see, Kyle Larson's going to squeeze Blake Cook.
I think that's actually Suarez was trying to get through the middle, and he just misjudged the room he had to make that move and cause that crash.
The birth of this speed.
Whoa, guys, whoa.
There, that all started right down there in the middle of turn 1 and 2.
Right here, gets down in there, and then this, I've seen this time and time again, right there, the cars step out. Some of them have been up the hill, but Jeff's was just loose enough and the back end came around.
Take a look at this.
Watch how low Joey gets here with the left side tires. You see that left front looked like it was against that little rumble, not even a rumble strip, whatever it is. It's off the shoulder of the racetrack, apron of the racetrack. And on a flat racetrack like this, if you spin, there's no way to keep it out of the outside wall, Jeff.
We're getting ready to jump in that 52nd bracket. It looks like right now with Alex Bowman.
Oh, no! Into the wall goes Alex Bowman. Bowman, one of the drivers that's locked in. He'll have to go to a backup, it looks like, as much damage as he did to the 99.
He got a little bit, he had to wobble a little bit and had to chase it up the hill. And when he did, then he gets right sides up in that gray area. Tough break for RAB Racing and Alex Bowman.
So close. But I was getting nervous about whether or not everybody was going to believe whether you and I were saying about being one lap and done. Whoa, keep it out of the wall, keep it out of the wall, keep it out of the wall.
Got the inside wall. And he's going to get the outside wall as well. Going into one.
Like so many, the car didn't have the grip you needed. And again, when he got it around, I thought he was going to be okay. But that inside wall, this is a really narrow racetrack in a lot of areas. And he picked the one that he didn't need to as far as keeping it off the inside wall. That like Blake Cook and maybe Joe Nemechek. I haven't seen if he came out or not. But these are guys that are trying to make the race. Oh, we got trouble.
I think it's raining. It's raining over there.
It is raining on the back straightaway.
All over the racetrack.
Caution's out. What happened here?
Mike Bliss, one of those that broke free. You see the 97 of Joe Nemechek and heavy damage.
That's Benny Gordon, the 91 car.
Yeah, to Benny Gordon at 91 machine.
Just all of a sudden,
Robert Richardson Jr.
Look at the racetrack.
Look at all the cloud burst, guys.
It's not even the whole backstretch. It's just halfway down the backstretch.
Again, there's no tread on these tires, folks. So when you hit something slick, hydroplanes. I mean, it's just like being on ice.
Saw Eric McClure in the 14 car, nowhere to go.
And as you mentioned, Jeff, these cars probably weren't up to 140 or 50 miles an hour at this point. And you can see all the damage to these cars at those kind of speeds. And they would have been at 190 to 200.
Exactly. Just kind of directed a little bit, just kind of held the wheel straight to see if maybe I just get a straight shot and maybe make it back on the track. But very seldom, obviously, do you get to go through the grass and get straight back on the track.
Then two of the cars that have previously run to get in.
I was just talking to Carl. He was so excited about this opportunity. Barely gets into the fence. I wonder if he can go back and run that lap again.
Slower than anybody that comes behind him, being slower than him, right? So there it is.
He could have easily damaged that car aerodynamically, could split her up. You know, the back bumper's tore up. Now he's got to throw up.
Did you see that? The cover to the cowl was on the car. Did you see it just pop off?
Yeah, blew off. Sure. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. You know,
if you
when you drive it down in there too far, you screw it up. Yeah, he's all over the place.
He's back up the racetrack again. Oh, he's not catching that one. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Boom.
Yeah. You could say he did it the first lap, too. Once you get in that, he got away with it the first lap in the gray area.
Because of new tires.
Right.
Toast. New safer barriers that they put up since the last time we raced here when Elliott Sadler had his accident.
Mike Skinner, the 1995 inaugural Truck Series champion, having problems in qualifying here.
Now, if you got back trouble, you're going to know it here. 400 miles, I can tell you, because this place, oh, no, goodness gracious.
In the wall hard.
Just snapped loose all at once.
It hurt.
That was a hard lick. Like he said, that hurt. Got it on the bottom here, but watch this thing. Just quickly snaps at the worst possible place.
He was trying to drive out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here, and man, there's nothing you can do right there. You try to correct it, but it's too late. Don't expect, unless you really mess up that first one. Oh no! Oh no!
Pow!
Oh no!
I mean, you could see that starting to happen in the middle of 3 and 4, and
watch out there in the qualifying line.
Yeah, that's.
And Darrell, he was about a groove up from where he went through there the first time.
Yeah, that is and that's right there at the end of the safer barrier too. I think he caught more concrete than he did barrier.
There was some talk of whether the team could switch points.
Whoa, guys, whoa. Oh no! Oh my gosh! I have never seen anything like that in my life.
He hit that wall a ton.
Oh my gosh.
Michael's moving around in the car. Yes.
Let's take a look. I think you're going to see him get loose the minute he turns down into the corner.
Yeah, and he's just, man, and that thing just absolutely.
I will guarantee you that impact was well over 180, probably 185 miles per hour. We've already seen 199 or better getting in there.
Just show them how Worcester, Mass is spelled and ask them to pronounce that.
Oh, boy.
Guys, Kevin LePage. Now, let's explain about LePage. He had 1 lap of practice. Had no idea what this car would do out on the racetrack. The reason he only got 1 lap of practice, it took so long for NASCAR to inspect the long line of cars here. That inspection ran deep into the practice session.
And already just kind of free, hanging out, and here she comes.
Hard into the safer barrier. But yeah, you know, even though they've got the air pressure up in the tires, they're cold, and you can just see right there, just broke loose with him right in the middle of turn 3 and 4.
Well, coming to get the green, you're going to roll it into 3. Pretty good, but you're going to get out of it early. But the thing you want to do is get back in it hard, fast.
Worst thing that happened all day was this. Christian Elder loses control of his Brad Aikens Ford up in 3 and 4. Car shoots up the racetrack, belts the outside wall. The right front and the right side take the brunt. Look at how hard that car hit the wall and how badly wrinkled it is. They had to cut Christian out of the race car. He has a concussion and a broken collarbone. Medevac flew him to a hospital. Christian spent the night there. He will be okay, and that is great news. Also in Busch Series qualifying, Dan Partis backs his Chevy into the wall hard. Fire breaks out. It looks intense for a moment and gets out safely when the car rolls to a stop. He did not qualify, as you can imagine, for today's race.
Around goes the 17 and into the wall.
You could hear the wheel hop, couldn't you?
Down, one coming.
Look at it again.
Yeah, right there. Look at the right rear. Talked about wheel hop. We saw it in practice. The first practice, we saw it last year in this race. We saw it in the spring race.
So just listen here. You heard the engine revving, and you heard the rear tires hopping on and off the racetrack. So look right here at the right rear tire as it comes into view. He's already going to start to spin out, but watch the rear tire. He almost has it saves, and then right here, the rear tire is going to, look at it right there, bouncing, and around it comes.
So Austin Dillon.
This has been an eventful qualifying.
Yeah, already. And the clock once again stops with 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go.
We've only had 17 cars take time. We see right
Same
here the
thing.
3. He's crashed before he ever gets to the corner. You saw the back come around, couldn't turn the wheel, and then, like you said earlier, the back is still hopping as he tries to get on the brakes, and eventually you just run out of real estate.
Watch the right rear tire. These cars have sat, and they have no heat in them whatsoever. See the right rear tire? It's rear lockup, and without that heat in the tires and the rotors and the wheels, it just brakes differently. And it's surprising these guys that it has that much rear brake. It's an easy fix. It's just putting front brake to it to take this problem away. But you have no reason to think you need to put front brake to it. You don't want to put front brake to it because it hurts the way the car turns.